So you're in Sway and you're ready to make a Sway. You've got a few options to start with. Obviously, you can create a new one. This one's pretty simplified. All I'm going to do is just going to build it. So if you're making a newsletter or something like that, you can come up here and simply type, maybe this is the week of uh, September 1st, whatever it might be. And then as the further I go into here, I can put some new elements and cards in. They'll give you some suggested ones because those are probably the most popular, but you can definitely narrow that down into specific text boxes. Or if you're looking for some media to put into here, whether it be an image or a video, a sound clip, you could even embed something like a Flipgrid, or you could embed another sway inside of a sway. You might make a TetraSway, like my friend Cheryl might say, or you can upload something into there. This group option is more for like if you wanted to put some pictures in, and depending on how you want those to view when you get there. The other option you have is you can start from a topic, which maybe this would be what your students were doing, but let's just say you wanted to look up alligators. And you can see right there, it's powered by Wikipedia, so this is probably not the source that you want exactly, but just to show you what that might look like. I'm maybe going to narrow this down to the American alligator, and it's going to take me a second, and now, check it out. It's created a little bit of a sway for me already, and it'll tell me some hints and other things that I might want to look at because it's done that, but it's broken it up into some different categories and also has some text and even some pictures, which I think might be the best place to go through. If you've got the pictures, you can always go back and I can edit whatever I need to inside of these text boxes. Okay, so that's just one kind of a quick way to make a sway. And then lastly, you can start from a document. So this is just going to open up something, right? And let's just say I happen to make something off of one of these. I know I've got a lot of documents in here, but let's just say, ooh, look, there's a digital, not that one, digital resource guide. This is what I've been creating from a school, and it was just a Word document, and I'm going to turn it into a sway by itself, and then sway is going to take it and transform it into a live website via sway. Okay, so now my resource guide has been turned into a sway, and it's kind of up to me now to figure out what that's going to look like in the end. Now, one thing that people probably have a little hard time with sway is, well, you lose a little bit of the control with the design because it just kind of like brings it up for you at first. That doesn't mean it has to stay that way, but if you're looking for a quick fix, you can find out some ways to do that by coming over here. So I'm in the storyline view right now, where you can kind of see it's broken up by some cards, and it's going to give me some text that I've written into that document, and then it's going to break it up into some of these little subsections and other things that I have. Doesn't really show me what this looks like. The only way I can see that is if I come over here and I hit play, it's going to turn it into something that looks like this, right? And now I have a little different view, a little easier to read, but let's say there's some things I don't necessarily like how it turned out. This is where I can come over here to my design tab, and I can come over here and hit styles, right? So there's a few options I have in styles. Obviously I can have it like it is right now, where it's just kind of like a scrolling website. Pretty typical. What you would see you scrolling, you start at the top and you scroll down, you get a little further down. Horizontal will change this so it's going left to right. And then of course, if I wanted to look a little bit more like a PowerPoint presentation or something like that, I can pick slides. I'm going to come up to that remix in just a second, but if I wanted to come down here and customize it some, or pick one of these pre-made ones, I can pick it and it's going to automatically change it. But that doesn't mean that it has to stay that way too. I can come over here and see if I like that design better. It's up to you. I can go through and click on all these different designs and pick one that I really like. If I want to chance fate just a little bit, I can come up here and hit the remix button, and remix just means it's going to change it for you, and we're going to see what happens when I hit remix. And okay, I came up with this, and maybe this is not what I was looking for. So I hit remix again. I can continue doing this, and maybe it's going to give me a combination that I really like. If it doesn't, then I suggest you come over here and pick either one of these themes, or you can even customize it a little bit by coming over here and picking your color palettes. You can pick some font choices if you really want. And then also, if you want a little bit of animation, sometimes your picture will kind of like get a little bigger and come towards you. You can kind of change whether that looks subtle or maybe it's a little more obvious and intense. Just a way for you to kind of customize your sway a little bit and figure out the style and look that you want the most. But just know, it doesn't have to be your plain old presentation. Since this is a digital storytelling app, it's going to be a little more intuitive and something that you're going to spend a little time on, making it look exactly the way that you want to.